Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today is another sad day, and Africa has lost one of its greatest leaders, a leader who died fighting terrorism and ensuring that the African people in Chad are secured. Today we lost Chadian President Idriss Déby during the battle. When he went to the battlefield to confront the terrorist elements that have continued to ruin the peace in Chad. The United States of Africa sends sincere condolences to the people of Chad, and we also send our sincere condolences to the entire African nation because this is a terrible blow against the African people and against those who love peace. Chadian president sacrificed his life defending his people and ensuring that his people are secured. Terrorism continues to be a major challenge in the Sahel region, and there is need for African states to learn from this and begin to work together to address the terrorist challenges that the West of Africa faces at the moment. We need to see the African heads of state work together. We should be ready to defend each other and see Africa as one nation. If Chad is in trouble, you know that problem will soon spill over to your country if you don't do anything about it. When Libya is in trouble, the same problem in Libya actually spilled into Chad. And that shows if we Africans do not unite and begin protecting each other, fighting for our own common interests, then we are going to lose it. And this is the time for African heads of state to consider establishing standby force for Africa as a nation, because we are facing similar terrorism challenges, and most of these problems are usually imported by the same people that claim to be our allies. Those that claim to train our militaries are the same people that go ahead and begin training these insurgents, giving them weapons so that they can continue destabilizing African countries. Africans need to wake up and begin to realize that there's no foreign solution to African problems, and the security challenges that we face now will only be solved when we Africans begin working together as a unified African nation. When we realize that Pan-Africanism is the only way that Africa will be able to attain the objective of silencing the guns. We people of African descent all over the world face common challenges, and only through our unity will be able to overcome all these challenges that we are facing in 21st century. Once again, I'd like to extend my deepest condolences to the family of the late Chadian president. He's a hero that we need to celebrate. It's not usual to see African heads of state going to the battle to defend the interests of their people, but he led by example and even laid down his life to protect Chadians and ensure their safety. We need to see African leaders emulate his heroic example and let it inspire future generations. We hope that there will be a peaceful transition in Chad, and that African heads of state will come together and solve these terrorism challenges that the Sahel region faces without waiting for the so-called foreign saviors to come and solve this problem. Because these are the same countries that created the problems that we are facing now. we are seeing the sudden rise in terrorism in Mozambique. And this terrorism is linked to foreign interests in Africa. Africa continues to attract foreign players because of the natural resources that it has. And these West Hello, greetings. I'm back. I had some electricity blackout, but I was talking about the legacy of the late Chad president, and we have someone from Chad. Can you switch on your camera if you can hear me? Just go to the settings and select the camera so that you have the right camera. You have to also connect your audio. The United States of Africa is the only way that we can ensure we have a unified Africa, and that Africa sees its problems as collective. Because if we begin to see our problems as a collective problem, then we'll see the need of having collective solutions to the challenges that face Africa. It's very sad to see a head of state dying fighting terrorism just because Africa is not unified in its approach to confront the terrorism challenges in the Sahel region. We need to see more collaboration between African countries so that we can completely annihilate the terrorism challenges that Africa faces in the 21st century. We have national resources to protect. We have people to protect and defend. And it's the duty of every African to work in the interest of Africa. We need to see more Africans stepping up for African unity because without African unity, we'll not be able to be in a position to confront the challenges that Africa is facing. And can you try to log in again, because I see your device is not connected. If your audio and your video need to be connected so that you can be added to the stream. I'm just trying to see if I'll be able to add one of our members from Chad to be able to tell his story about the fallen Chad leader. I hope that works. We need to demonstrate solidarity with brothers and sisters in Chad, and be able to tell our own narratives from an African perspective. Because if we wait for the Western media to tell the stories about who we are, then they'll definitely focus on the negatives. We know that many African leaders have done amazing things that we need to be the ones to tell the world what they have done. And this can only be demonstrated by a Pan-African approach where we write our own stories and tell our own narratives. Once again, United States of Africa sends its sincere condolences to the people of Chad, to our brothers and sisters in Chad. And we call for Africans to all over the world to stand in solidarity with Chad because these are our brothers and sisters. And whatever problem affects Chad, it affects Ghana, it affects Nigeria, it affects Libya, it affects Kenya, it affects Uganda, it affects many other African countries. I think you've not connected your microphone and the video. You need to allow StreamYard to be able to access your audio and also your video. Pan-Africanism is not about embracing the Western narratives about what they think about African leaders, but it's about creating our own narratives and telling stories from an African perspective so that they can reflect the reality on the ground. We know that without having a strong leader like Idriss Déby, the problems of Chad will be much worse off, and more people could have died. This is the leader who has saved thousands of lives of civilians, and he has demonstrated heroism at the highest scale ever in African history. And we need to see young generation having that kind of passion to be able to stand and defend their country, because we need to see more African nationalists, people who are ready to stand to defend and protect the interests of Africa at all costs. And there is need for Africans, whether in Africa, in the Caribbean, in Pacific, in the United States, in Europe, to stand together and defend African interests. Because if we don't stand for ourselves, then no one is going to stand for Africa. They are only interested in exploitation of the resources that we have in Africa. And without Africans saying enough is enough, they'll continue assassinating African leaders just to take away our natural resources and to be able to continue the post-colonial domination of African states. We need to see more young Africans embrace the Pan-African spirit of leadership, and so that they put the interests of the people first. We need a new kind of leadership that addresses the challenges that Africa faces today, with a mindset of empowering people to be able to solve their own problems, and having the economic approach where it's focused on the economic empowerment of the African people. Africa must unite and define its own narrative. Thank you very much for joining, and have a good day. My solidarity and my deepest condolences to the people of Chad once again, to the family of the late President Idriss Déby. Thank you very much. May his soul rest in power.